if cats could speak. These are the 5 things they'd beg you to understand. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that your cat could finally talk. Not just a single word, not just a meow translated into English, but a real conversation. Imagine your cat sitting at the edge of your bed looking directly into your eyes and saying something like this: "I love you, but there are a few things you keep doing that confuse me." Most cat owners would probably laugh. After all, we believe we already understand our cats. We feed them, we pet them, we buy toys, we clean their litter boxes. What more could they possibly want? But here's the uncomfortable truth that many cat behaviorists quietly agree on. A lot of cats are misunderstood by the people who love them the most. Not because owners are careless, but because cats communicate in a language that humans rarely notice. It's subtle, quiet, sometimes almost invisible. And when we miss these signals, something interesting happens. Cats don't argue, they don't explain, they simply withdraw. They become distant, less affectionate, more anxious, sometimes even aggressive. I learned this the hard way with my own cat years ago. For months she seemed completely uninterested in me. She stayed across the room, she avoided being touched. I assumed she was just an independent cat. But when I began learning more about feline psychology and adjusting a few small behaviors, something surprising happened. Within weeks, her entire personality changed. She started following me around the house. She sat next to me again. And sometimes, she even slept on my chest. That experience taught me something powerful. The difference between a distant cat and a deeply bonded cat is often just a few simple behaviors that most people never think about. So today, let's explore 5 things your cat would probably ask you to understand if they could talk. And some of these might completely change the way you interact with your cat forever. 1. Please stop towering over me. This might sound strange at first, but from a cat's perspective, humans are enormous creatures. In the wild, size matters. Animals that are significantly larger are usually one of 2 things: a predator or a threat. Even though your cat loves you, their nervous system is still wired by millions of years of survival instinct. When you constantly stand over them, reach down suddenly, or approach from above, your cat's brain can interpret that movement as something potentially dangerous. Not consciously, but instinctively. This is why many cats seem nervous when people try to pet them from above. Now here's the fascinating part. One of the simplest ways to change how your cat perceives you is to lower yourself to their level. Sit on the floor, lean against a couch, relax, and do absolutely nothing. No grabbing, no calling them repeatedly, just exist in their space. Many cat behavior specialists recommend this exact technique when building trust with shy or anxious cats. Because the moment you sit on the floor, something subtle changes. You're no longer a towering giant. You become something calmer, something predictable, something safe, and often within minutes, curiosity takes over. Your cat may slowly walk toward you, sniff your hand, circle around you, or even climb into your lap. Not because you forced interaction, but because you removed the intimidation factor. Sometimes the most powerful way to bond with a cat is simply being less overwhelming. 2. You're scratching me, but not where I actually want. Most cat owners love petting their cats, and naturally we tend to scratch the obvious spots: the top of the head, behind the ears. But cats actually have specific areas of their body that trigger extremely strong pleasure responses. These areas are often connected to scent glands. Cats use these glands to mark territory and identify safe companions. You've probably seen your cat rub their cheeks on furniture door frames, or even your legs. That's scent marking. And interestingly, many of the places cats love to be scratched are located right near those glands. Some of the most satisfying spots include the base of the tail, the cheeks behind the whiskers, under the chin, the jawline near the neck. These areas are difficult for cats to groom themselves, so when you scratch them properly, it doesn't just feel good, it creates a deeper sensory experience that many cats respond to with slow blinking, leaning into your hand, soft purring, even gentle drooling. And in feline communication, those signals are incredibly meaningful. They are signs of deep relaxation and trust. But here's something many people overlook. Every cat has slightly different preferences. Some cats adore tail-based scratches, others prefer chin rubs. The key is to observe their body language. If your cat pushes into your hand, keep going. If their tail flicks sharply or their ears rotate backward, that may be a sign they've had enough. cats rarely say stop verbally. They communicate through small signals. Learning to read those signals is one of the fastest ways to deepen your relationship with them. 3. Your voice matters more than you think. Cats do not understand English or any human language, but they are extremely sensitive to sound patterns, your tone, your rhythm, your emotional energy. In fact, research from animal cognition studies suggests cats can distinguish their owner's voice from that of strangers. They recognize the emotional qualities of sound even if they don't understand the words. Think about how cats communicate with each other. It's rarely long, complex vocalizations. Instead, cat communication tends to be short, soft, intentional, small sounds that carry emotional meaning. Now compare that to how many humans talk to cats. Sometimes we speak loudly, sometimes we talk rapidly, sometimes we repeat commands again and again. To a cat that can sound chaotic and unpredictable. But something fascinating happens when people slow down their voice. When you speak in short, calm phrases, something closer to feline communication begins to emerge. Simple phrases like, "Hey buddy," "Good girl," "Come here," soft, slow, gentle. Over time, many cats begin responding more clearly. They may look at you more often, approach when you speak, or even answer with a small chirp or meow. It's not that they suddenly learned English. It's that your communication style finally started matching their emotional language. 4. Sometimes, I want food directly from you. This one surprises a lot of people. Feeding your cat is already part of your daily routine. You pour food into a bowl, your cat eats. End of story. But from a psychological perspective, how food is delivered can influence trust. Some animal behavior research suggests that animals often associate direct feeding with stronger social bonds. When food comes from a hand instead of simply appearing in a bowl, the brain links that moment with the individual providing it. For cats, this can create a subtle shift in perception. Instead of thinking, "This human fills the bowl," the association becomes, "This human provides something important for my survival." That may sound dramatic, but from an evolutionary perspective, food is one of the most powerful trust-building signals in the animal world. Now, that doesn't mean you should hand feed every meal, but occasionally offering a small treat, a piece of kibble, a lickable snack from your open palm can create a moment of connection. Some shy cats who rarely approach their owners start interacting more during these small feeding moments. It becomes a shared ritual, a quiet exchange, and over time those small interactions accumulate into something deeper. Trust rarely appears all at once. Often it grows through tiny repeated experiences of safety. 5. Let me finish the hunt. If you've ever played with your cat using a toy, you might recognize this situation. Your cat chases the toy enthusiastically, swats at it, maybe pounces once or twice. Then suddenly, they walk away. Many owners assume their cat got bored, but that's not always the real reason. Cats are natural hunters, and their hunting instinct follows a sequence that behavior experts often describe as stalk, chase, catch, kill. That final stage, catching the prey, is crucial. If the play session ends before the cat completes that sequence, their brain may remain in a state of unfinished instinctual tension. Imagine watching the final minutes of an exciting movie, and someone turns off the screen before the ending. That feeling of unresolved tension is similar to what some cats experience when play stops too early. So when you play with your cat, try something slightly different. Instead of constantly pulling the toy away, occasionally let them win. Let them grab the toy, bite it, kick it with their back legs, hold it for a few seconds, then slowly end the session. When the hunting sequence finishes properly, many cats show a noticeable shift in behavior. They relax, they groom themselves, they lie down. It's the satisfaction of instinct fulfilled, and respecting that instinct is one of the most powerful ways to support your cat's mental well-being. By the way, if you're learning something new about cats today, take a second to hit the like button, not because the algorithm demands it, but because it helps videos like this reach other cat owners who genuinely want to understand their animals better. And honestly, the more people understand cat behavior, the fewer cats end up misunderstood. Alright, let's keep going. Something most cat owners never realize. Here's a thought that might surprise you. Your cat is constantly studying you, watching your routines, learning your movements, recognizing your emotional state. Cats may seem quiet and detached, but they are incredibly observant animals. Many cats even develop daily rituals based around their human's behavior, waiting by the door when you come home, sleeping near you at night, following you from room to room. To them, you're not just a food provider, you're part of their environment, part of their territory, part of their safety system, and when that relationship becomes predictable and calm, something beautiful happens. Cats become deeply loyal companions, not in the loud, tail-wagging way dogs do, but in their own quiet language. If cats could speak for just 1 minute, they probably wouldn't ask for expensive toys, or fancy beds, or elaborate treats. They would ask for something much simpler: patience, understanding, and the willingness to see the world from a creature much smaller than you. Because in their world, you're enormous, powerful, and deeply important, and when a cat chooses to trust someone that much larger than them, that trust is not automatic. It's a gift, a quiet one, but a powerful one. The real secret to bonding with a cat isn't forcing affection, it's learning their language, sitting lower, listening closer, moving slower, and respecting the instincts that shaped them long before humans ever welcomed them into our homes. Because the moment you start seeing the world the way your cat does, you stop being just their owner. You become something much more meaningful. You become their safe place. And for a creature as cautious as a cat, that might be the greatest compliment they can give. If you have a cat at home, I'm curious. Which of these are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to keep discovering the hidden psychology behind cat behavior, subscribe. Because there's a lot more about cats that most people never realize. And honestly, your cat would probably want you to know it. And if you enjoy understanding the secret language of cats, consider to hit like and subscribe.